Namaste, beloveds. This is Mother with Wisdom, and I just wanted to pop on for a quick moment just to emphasize some things that have been um, that I've been observing, that I've been taking stock in, that's coming to my attention and bringing things up to the surface for me. And as you know, I believe that all things are spiritual. And I am learning not to allow man's boxes and labels, even time and space, to limit what I know to be spiritual. Okay? The human mind can only grasp so much, okay? And we have to realize that there are supernatural phenomena that cannot be witnessed with the eyes or measured with our current systems of logic and reality. And so we have to be able to witness, observe, hold space for that kind of observation as well. And some of us are prepared for it simply because of the different states of conscious awareness that we are constantly fluctuating through, and that now we are understanding how to ride the waves of this conscious awareness in a way that is discernible to us, is observable to us, that we can take stock in now. See, the realization of it was the first step. And now learning how to recognize it, not just realize it, but recognize it. And recognize it as a spirit, as the essence of spirit, the conscious awareness itself, and that it is a fixed state, but it is also, because you are part of it, never separate from it, it is always expanding, it is always changing, it is always developing. And in that change, it's just like breathing out and breathing in. It's also contracting. So sometimes you may come back a couple of steps or fall down a couple of steps. But that only is for you to take stock on what is speaking to you, what you need repeated, what is still there that you're not conscious of, that you're not seeing, hearing, knowing, identifying as truth or lie. And the truth and the lie, that is coming up so much in the message of taking stock. That is the message itself. And what do you take stock? You take stock in the truth, or do you take stock in the lie? Truth is the authentic wisdom of spiritual essence. The lie is the subversion, the perversion of that authenticity, of that truth itself. No matter how subtle or no matter how obvious, this is where we as a species need to come together in our ability to discern, to see, to hear, to know the spiritual essence, the spiritual nature, the spiritual consciousness of something. If it's vibrating or resonating from a higher frequency or from a lower frequency. And we measure that with our own essence, our own instincts and intuition, our own spiritual radio receivers or antennas, or however you want to see that or call that or name that. Another thing that came up today that I posted in my on my Facebook page is a video of a comedian. And the comedian is talking to young adults, okay? And his words, I'm putting you up on game. And as I sat listening, all kind of judgments came up, and then I said, no, we're not judging. We're listening. And I listened to it again because I wanted to hear the words. I didn't want to attach to the words. I didn't want to form an opinion about their words. I did not want to see if he was right or wrong. I just wanted to hear. I wanted to listen. I wanted to take stock of what he was saying. And then I wanted to contemplate it, its essence. Not judge him for saying it and being right or wrong, or where his influences came from, or this, that, and the other, or being entertained or educated. I wanted to educate myself. I wanted to observe and say, why is this message coming now, first of all? What is it a sign and symbol of? What essence is it representing from the resonation of frequencies and spectrums, higher or lower? Or is it balanced, or is it unbalanced? Where do I receive it in my personal consciousness? In my personal consciousness, my subconscious, and my unconscious. In so many ways that caused so many ripples within my own awareness. And I observed those ripples. I observed my personalities, multiple, wanting to engage with the words, with the ideas, with the concepts, with the thought forms, okay, with these frequencies and spectrums, with these observations, with these ideas, okay? And there were many levels that I had to choose from on how to engage. And standing in my peace, I realized I could not let my personalities speak on this. I could listen to them. I could hear what they're saying, and you're valid. You're right. According to your experiences, your vision, your degree, your knowledge, your yep. But there is other ways of holding, analyzing, seeing, observing, and taking stock. And I want to do that from the highest frequency of balance within all my personalities. Okay? That's how I want to receive this lesson, because this is a gift. This is a lesson. It's not something that I have to agree or disagree with. It's there to teach me. It's something for me to integrate. It's something for me to feed off of, feed my spirit through. And I'm either going to feed my spirit as a spiritual, mature being, or I'm going to be that infant. And I'm just going to latch on and attach and just suck it for all I'm worth, just to satisfy my own curiosity about it. And so reining all of that in, again, my intention and my integrity demanded that I listen from the standpoint of the spiritual collective that is emerging, that is growing, that is being reborn, that needs new spiritual conscious awareness to feed it, to nurture it, to hold it, to handle it, to play with it, to be serious with it. And so from this place, I gleaned a lot of the wisdom that I shared on my Facebook page. Okay? It's right above the video that I'm speaking of. And what came up for me was language itself, the mother tongue, doublespeak, forked tongue, the truth and the lies, and how we as human beings within our society have been set up to accept the foreign tongue, the confusion of the foreign tongue, to find that confusion more attractive, more natural, more acceptable, more reliable, more intimate, more practical, more serving than the truth. The truth being the mother's tongue, that which is the natural wisdom unfolding and discerning of spiritual matters, within spiritual matters, instinctively and intuitively, not through the hormonal thoughts and feelings, not through that is influenced by the outside, but that which is a conscious state, a fixed state, that does not waver, that does not move, because it has no beginning and it has no end, and it is not attached to forms, or thought forms, or feelings, or someone's valuation of right or wrong. It is only honed on the lesson and on the unconditional love of that lesson, and that spirit being grasping that essence and being spiritually fed from it. And by being spiritually fed, thus able to expand the spiritual essence as conscious awareness itself, to such a standard and evaluation that it is recognized as superior to the lie. You rather tell me the truth. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't water it down. Give it to me raw. Let me know the truth. And I'm woman enough, and I'm grown enough, and I'm a spiritual being existing enough that I can handle that truth. I can digest it. I can break it down, even if I have to do it bite by bite. I can break it down to where I can digest it spiritually and have it nourish my spiritual essence and not kill me, not harm me, not pollute me, not cause me pain, because I'm not attached to it from that essence. I'm simply receiving the frequency and spectrums to find, discern, take stock in the truth of it, and use that truth of it to grow. Another thing that came up was the word, and I'm about to curse here, so I'm about to give you some warnings. I'm about to get real. One of my little hood personalities is about to come out, okay? And I want you to understand that the mother tongue speaks all languages, okay? Even ratchet ghetto hood. All came from one, okay? So, in this specific video of comedic knowledge, where he says, I'm going to hip the young people to the game of life, to the game of dating, to the game. My thing with games is there are winners and there are losers. And everybody has to be identified as a player. And in a player situation, in a game setting, you are comparing and you are constantly competing. The creator, the essence of who you are, is not about a comparison or a competition of who is best or who is better. Simply because we are all essence. We are all spiritual conscious in unique frequencies and spectrums. The focus is not on competition. Which one is better? Which one is prettier? Which one will make more money? Which one can feed the village? Which one has the most to offer? Which one expands the collective most? Which one resonates most? We're speaking of truth, the essence of truth, not personal truth, but the essence of wisdom itself. See, we have gotten to the point where we have been groomed to look, programmed and conditioned to look at things from a certain way. That goes with this video that I'm speaking of, where this young man was, his whole hook was, who raised you? And he gets to saying, well, back in the day, we told bitches to do this and we told bitches to do that, and bitch, I love you, but you walk on this side of me, bitch. Bitch, you get over here, bitch. Bitch, 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 bitch. I'm gonna be chivalrous to you, bitch. I'm gonna show you what being a man is, bitch. I'm going to love you, bitch. Let me show you how I wanna love you, bitch. Who raised y'all? Y'all doing this, y'all youngsters doing this, that, and the other. You know? Y'all acting like little bitches. Get out the judgment. Get on the discernment. Who are you talking to in such a manner? What game are you hipping them to when you yourself see them as bitches? What is a bitch? Why is it acceptable for another person, another being to call you a bitch and you answer to it? And you act like that's the best thing in the world that they can call you. Oh, you my bitch. Girl, you know you my bitch. Bitch, I love you. When I was growing up, I would be 60 years old next year. Calling somebody a bitch when I grew up, those was fighting words. Oh, I'm about to show you a bitch. And you ain't gonna never, ever, ever in your life again call me that word. Ever again. You might call anybody else that, but I'm about to show you. I ain't nobody's bitch. But now, that word is like the N word. Oh, it's just a joke. It don't mean nothing. Girl, don't take that personal. You being sensitive. You feeding yourself this. This is what you're sustaining your spiritual consciousness on. Words like bitches, N-words, stupid, I hate you, you dumb, you did it again, you failed, blah, 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 blah. This is what you're feeding your soul. This is why you're so willing to sign your soul away, so that you could be liked and accepted as somebody's bitch. Because they've made it valuable. They've put stock in it. And so they're going to trade your spiritual essence for your ignorance about your spiritual self. That's what they're trading on. That's what they're banking on. That's what they're making bank on. That's what they're marketing back to you. And you swallowing it whole. And you look around at this world, at this matrix system, and you look around at the human beings, but they're human beasts. They're not human beings. The majority of them are human beasts. Human beasts lie. Human beasts are predators. Human beasts do what they have to do to survive because they don't have the spiritual intelligence to survive. For their souls to transcend the bestiality of themselves. They don't have the self-discipline or the self-mastery. They don't know how to sit down and speak to themselves, speak the truth to themselves. They don't know how to sit down and look at the darkest parts of themselves and say, that's why you still doing that shit. That's why that nigga can walk around and say, that N-word can walk around and that ninja can still trigger you by calling you a bitch. and you want to act out in some manner, or you want to sexualize it and make that's the sexiest thing in the world. Call me this, daddy. Call me this. That sends me. That opens up a part of my darker consciousness that you can just pound, that lets that she beast out of me. Call me that. Call me a whore. Call me everything but a child of God. And watch me answer to it in one way or another. Because I don't know who I am as a spirit being that incarnated here and that's living in the cycle and season of 2024, having brought all of these generations to this point of speaking this foreign tongue that's confusing everything, that's disrupting. I listened to Iyanla Vanzant. I watched her on YouTube, and I've always loved that sister. Okay, I've always loved her wisdom, and I love that she is chosen to be put in the front of the illusion. Baby, that's not an easy space to stand in. But she does. It's not about right or wrong, who's behind her, what she had to do, if she's perfect or she's not perfect, or blah, 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 if she's lying or she's telling the truth. It's for you to get the lesson, to feed your spirit, your soul, so that it can rise higher, that it can expand. Because times are coming that are going to be dark as and you need to know who you are and able to stand, and able to hold on, and able to bring forward what you need to bring forward for the next generations. 7 generations, okay? That means you are carrying a legacy of essence, spiritual essence, forward. You are part of the perfecting, part of the purification of the spiritual being, of the human beast becoming a human being of compassion, of higher self-knowing and worth, unconditional love, integrity, higher morals and values. Boy, it's like for somebody to say they have morals nowadays, that's making you the bitch. Okay? You got morals? You got scruples? You got standard? What kind of bitch is you? Who do you think you are? What you mean? Baby, who do you think you are to be less than? To demand less than? To see yourself worthy of more than that? Why do you keep settling? If you're going to be in pain and you're not going to heal, why you going to keep associating with something that's constantly cutting you up, constantly wounding you, constantly making you bleed, constantly hurting you, constantly minimizing you, constantly saying you're not a child of God, you ain't nothing, you trash. We were born into this matrix system. You hear what I'm saying to you? Each and every one of us was born into this. And each and every one of us has to take ourselves out of it. And it's not going to be pretty. And it's not going to be easy. And it's not going to be the same for everybody. Because we are diverse essences here to teach each other. But we don't listen. We let our personalities, our masks, our filters, what we created. You know how when you was in elementary school and you got to make the little crayon masks and the little things, and you tape them, put them around your face, or you dress up in different cosplay and this and that and the other. Nowadays, bringing it back to right now, cosplay. You see the word play. And you're going to be superhero, or you're going to be a villain, or you're going to be an alien, or you're going to be this, that, and the other. And you're going to act in a prescribed, scripted, programmed, created, conditioned, programmed way that everybody recognizes. And you're going to see who can do it the best. And it's just entertainment. It's just recreation. It's just something I do to relax, to have fun. What's wrong with that? You need to relax. You need to have fun. No, I need to heal. I need to heal. I know what I need to do. Okay? I need to heal. And I need to know myself. Even to the most subtlest flavorings, hintings of my own cunningness. I need to be able to, I see you. And I need to be able to say, now you acting like a little bitch. Now you acting like a spoiled brat. Now you acting like a know-it-all. Now you acting like a zealot. You're acting. You're playing. You're having fun. And you've got it all twisted in your beingness. Because this is the only language that you know. This is your programming. This is your data. This is how you stay in form and in formation. But I'm too serious, and I'm too deep, and I'm too spiritual. It's time, beloveds. Look around you. Look around you. Look at what the children are inheriting. Look at what we're giving them. I'm going to help you stay up on the game, shorty. You gotta be a real player, shorty. You gotta let these bitches know they bitches. And you can't be nobody's bitch. And you gotta be hard. Like this gangster rapper and that gangster rapper and this and that and the other on TV, and this action hero and this Marvel hero and this and that. Those are acts. That's illusion. Those are lies. That's not real. Even when they out there banging, they pretending. Because behind closed doors, on the down low, they done been being each other's bitches, okay? But they want to come out here and call bitches bitches. You bitch. And I'm going to treat you like this, and I'm going to treat you like that because you act like this, and you worth this, and you did. And all the while, they sagging and dragging. And you wonder why the divine feminine is at war with this matrix system, this whore that's been created, that's been pimped out to be your reality, that's marketed and sold to you, and that you buy and eat up. Oh, I'm in it too. Don't think I'm excluding myself. Like I said, I'm healing. I'm observing. I'm taking stock. I'm listening. I'm not judging. Baby. No, I used to be the one filled with righteous indignation because that had to make me know more than you. So that had to make me better than you. That had to make me more highly favored than you. We all in this matrix system. Ain't none of us favored. You want a favor? Get your ass up out of it. Favor yourself like that. Okay? Do yourself a favor. Get up out of the matrix system. Okay? Stop being programmed. Stop accepting the downloads of the bullshit. Stop accepting the lies. Stop supporting the lies. Stop thinking that that's wealth, that that's worth your soul, that that's worth your spiritual essence, that that's worth your focus and your spiritual attention, that that's worth your spiritual conscious awareness. Other than a lesson to learn from and move on. Feed yourself. Break it down. Disseminate. Discern. Delineate. Draw lines and boundaries. Thou shalt not. Begin to recognize your own personalities, your own needs, desires, lusts, and wants. Have the courage to do that. And that gives you the courage to see what's coming at you, what's around you. You can identify. That's bullshit. That's a lie. That's a lie. And you know what you got to do because it is a lie. And it ain't about, well, so-and-so and so say that's the lesser of the evil of the this and the that. And there's the truth and there's a lie. There is no lesser evil. Okay? There's the truth and there's the lie. Look at the truth. Look at the lies. Not the words. Look at the deeds. Look at the history. Look at the foundation where they come from. who their great-great-grandparents and what that foundation was. Where they pulling up all of this stuff from. What's growing. What their fruits are. Are they fruits of the spirit or are they works of the flesh? These are things you need to know for yourself. Like I said, this 2024 is an 8-year. The 8-year is a very powerful cycle, symbol, season. Look up the number 8 to your heart's content. Discern the wisdom. Discern and get to know the frequency and the spectrum of its spiritual essence. And where you can hear it, you can see it, no matter how subtle. And that's where we are in all of this. And that's what Spirit is saying, this snow moon. I want you to understand what snow and what moon represent. Okay? First of all, I want you to understand the color. The colors are spectrums and frequencies. Okay? White and silver. That's purification, that's innocence, that's back to the origin, untouched by blood, okay, or bloodshed. I really want you to get into understanding. Also, with it being a snow moon, it's winter. So I want you to understand what winter is truly representing as a season. As winter gives way or ends, what is it welcoming? What is it rebirthing? Or what is it allowing spring to come? This is ancient wisdom that is within your bones. Okay? And so you've got to take stock and you've got to restock what is essential to your spiritual expansion. Not the games, not the players, not the playing of the game. Okay? And I'm going to tell you, it takes a lot to want to separate yourself from that fray. Okay? Because when you do, you are immediately excommunicated from the human beast. And they are going to want to prey on you because you are now other. You are different. You are decrying them. Okay? Hit dogs holler. So you're leaving that pack. I got something in my eye, beloveds. You're leaving that hurts them. It hurts their collective human beast feelings, okay? It messes with their psyche. It's like a rejection. And it reminds them that they're choosing the lie. And so they've got to turn on you. They've got to try to eat you up. They've got to try to kill you, to silence you. Because you are the example. You are the voice. You are the vessel. You are the one that they are separate from, that they are rejecting, that they are denying within themselves, because they want to be other. They want to be different. They want to play games to see who's the best. The Great Spirit, God, whatever name, form, gender, whatever your human mind needs to prescribe for that I am, that to fit into, for you to compartmentalize and understand the great vastness of it. Find it. Find it. And don't worry about what somebody else call it. Don't worry about what if somebody else is right or wrong. Get your understanding. Okay? You get your understanding. Because they're not going to prop you up. They're not going to hold you. You have to do that. You got your feet. You got to stand on. You were born. You're going to answer for your life, your existence, the gifts that you were given. What you did not do, why you did not do it. All of that is going to be asked of you. So yeah, you better take it serious. Let the players play. They've already made their decision. It's nothing you can do. You keep expanding your spiritual conscious awareness, and maybe you'll get to that multiverse, that frequency, that level, that energy, where you do save them. But you save them in such a way that you don't sacrifice yourself. It don't cost you nothing but compassion. That's what the Messiah, that's what the Savior, that's what that essence is all about. It's about being the one. And it's about understanding the mental programming, the spiritual programming, the demonic influences, the ignorance, the pain that makes you build walls and not become blind, deaf, become desensitized. This world does that. It is not your fault. You don't have to be ashamed. You don't have to be embarrassed because this world hurts you. Heal. Know who you are, and then heal this world. That is how you bring heaven upon earth. And I know a lot of preachers and, oh, you need to go, you're going to leave earth and you're going to go straight to heaven. Yes, you. Why create an earth if you're going to go to heaven? The earth was created for a very specific reason, beloveds. The promise of the rainbow. See, this is what I mean by discernment and spiritual wisdom and understanding the mother tongue, the truth of things. You got to listen to all of it. And you can't let beings with agendas philosophize and make images and concepts for you to pay for your freedom from this gilded cage. You're going to earn it. You were born into it, and you're going to die from it and be reborn as a new being. That's how it goes. That's how it has always gone. That's the most ancient of wisdom that's been passed down and passed around and around and around and around. No matter what foreign tongue speaks at the bottom line, it's always the same. Take stock in that bottom line, beloveds. Understand who makes a profit off of your self-hate and off of your ignorance, even if that profit is just making them feel better about themselves. Okay? See it. Don't take it personal. They're born into this world just like you are. They're coping. Those are coping skills, coping methods. You know, just like when you were little and the little boy or the little girl liked you and they would pick on you because they didn't know how to communicate the truth that they liked you. And so they did the polar opposite, was to vex the hell out of you. This is such a deep wisdom from the scriptures. Understanding the polarities, the insides and the outsides of things, the degrees, the layers, the essences, the frequencies, the spectrums, the subtle and the raunchy obvious. All of it is necessary. See it. See it all. Don't turn away from none of it. And know what each one represents, what each one's bottom line is. Take stock in it. Take stock in this bottom line. And never judge. Because that being is going through a process. It's going through a purification process called life, called existence, here on earth, just as you are. And you don't have it no better or no worse, believe me. It's not a competition. So stop comparing. Okay, beloveds, that is going to do it for this sharing. I've got some cleaning that I need to do, and I need to get to it. And I bought me some, I've been eating healthier. And so I bought me something to make me some spring rolls with. Asian spring rolls, vegetarian. No, I'm going to put chicken in them, ground chicken. So, but you can make them any way you want to. You can make them with meat or without meat. You can make it even with fruit. But I don't know what it is about a spring roll, a hand-rolled spring roll, but oh baby. And I didn't know what one was until my Hmong friend Lynn made some spring rolls. And there are a lot of Hmong, the culture here where I live in Wisconsin is very prevalent. There are a lot of them here. And they have the different celebrations and so forth and so on. And so they always cook so much. They remind me of a big black family, okay? You know those big black families that used to cook for the whole neighborhood, okay? Take Miss So-and-so and so a plate. Take Miss So-and-so a plate. Run down there and get this to Miss So-and-so and so. You know, every cooking was for the village. Feeding was for the village. Consuming spiritual nourishment was a thing of the village. It was of the community. It wasn't just individual. It wasn't just family. was extended family. And we're missing that. We're missing the essence of it, the pure essence of it. In some places, it's still going on. And in some places, it is taken on the form of a mask. It's a lie. Because what's underneath is not pure intention or unconditional love. It's something else. And so that's how it radiates. And so, beloveds, we have got to come back together as a community. We have got to understand the power of the collective. The collective is a moral majority in the communications. It sets the standards and the guidelines. If you accept lies, then lies will infiltrate you. Lies will do what they do. They will disrupt. They will destroy. They will cause chaos and death. Through the senses, through anger, through depression, through disease. But truth, on the other hand, is a standard, is a conscious state of awareness that is guarded, that is static in its boundaries. And it understands that if I let the little white lie pass, or if I let this pass, or if I let that pass, I'm letting the influence of lower frequencies and spectrums to bring chaos, to bring lies, to bring drama, to bring trauma, to bring death in. And it will inhabit, just as we learned about the being who was possessed by legions of demonic spirits or negative spirits. They found a home. They brought more because what was there in him accepted and allowed. And then what was there that said, whoa, wait a minute, that got beat down, that got pushed down to the minimum shadows, that became very minute and a minority and very small. And it became scared. For its existence. And so it shut up. It didn't resist. And it got overwhelmed. And the demons grew wild. So wild that the man isolated himself in the graveyard and people feared him. And he cut himself, hurt himself, and he was a terror. And we can say that's mental illness. But I want you to really see the layers of it. It began with accepting those very, very, very subtle lies. Begins with by accepting yourself as less than. It begins by needing the attention and the attachment and the validation from another because you don't know how to communicate that to yourself. I'm not just telling you something I've read out of a book or I've watched on a movie. I've dealt with this for almost 60 years. So I'm telling you what I've learned, what I know, what I am still learning, because I have in no way perfected this. And I've had people say, well, why don't you become a coach? Or why don't you become a this or that or this or that or that and this? And why don't you do this? And my spirit says, Valerie, you still got healing to do. You're not healed enough to, feel those shoes just yet. Comfortably within yourself, for yourself. Not because you can't, but because you know that you're still healing. So in my healing, I'm still integrating. I'm still resting. I'm at rest. I'm at peace. And that requires a stillness on my part. And it requires me to be okay with that stillness and understand that parts of my personality want to rebel against the stillness because they feel bored, or they are so programmed and conditioned for drama and trauma that they're starving. And so I find myself flicking on YouTube, looking at drama and trauma and getting my fix that way. And I'm like, are you taking stock? Yeah, I see this. I see what I'm doing. Okay. Okay. There will come a time when even this will pass. But for right now, this is what it is. It is what it is. And be okay with what it is in the present moment, knowing that this is going to change. It's going to heal. Why? Because you're aware of it. It's not so you're not ignorant of it anymore. You're not denying it anymore. You're not hiding from it anymore. You're not ashamed of it anymore. You're not afraid of it anymore. You can look at it and say, Valerie, I see you. And I love you anyway. And we're working on it. And this too shall pass. And then I reflect on where I was some years ago. 600 pounds laying in the bed, wanting to commit suicide, but not killing myself because I had children. And I had to be here for them. Not even connecting the dots of how I was being here for them. And that I wasn't here for them. I wasn't even here for myself. So it takes a lot of observing. It takes a lot of peace to bring about that healing enough to take stock of yourself and within yourself. And beloveds, that's the essence of our purpose, our spiritual purpose of being here. And we've really got to wake up to it, because nothing changes until we do. Nothing changes until we do. And we're told, you just have a little bit of faith, and everything else, baby, you just need a little bit, because you're incarnated human spirit, you're still very immature and you're still very learning, but you just put the little bit of faith on it, baby. Watch me. The Holy Spirit says, watch me. Okay? Watch me work. Watch me. Be able to identify that it's me working in your life, through your life, as the essence, as the frequency, as the spectrum, as the loving parent. Recognize and know who you came from and what you are and what you represent. We are one. Be one. Quit being so multiple and random and this and that and the other. Those are hormones. Those are memories. Those are doubts. Those are fears. Recognize them for what they are. Those are coping mechanisms. But who is the one using them? Look at that one. See that one. See that one that's smart enough, wise enough, spiritual enough, strong enough to use those tools to speak, that still speaks the mother tongue. Okay? And that is unlearning the lies of the matrix systems, programming and conditioning, so that it can become the one. And not the 2, 3, 4, 500, 999, 20th billionth version. Okay? Go back to your collective. Go back to the knowing. And don't be nobody's bitch. Okay? Don't be nobody's bitch. Not even your own. Not even your own. And don't let nobody call you that. Not a boss bitch, not a fat bitch, not a pretty bitch, not a rich bitch. You're not a bitch. Period. You are a spiritual essence of the group. There isn't even a word to use of the consciousness that you are an essence of, that you represent uniquely. Take stock in yourself. Learn to bank on yourself. And let it be what it's going to be. It's fluid. It moves. Okay? You are that which does not move. Even the earth moves. Something holds it. Something holds the universe. Something holds the galaxy. Something holds the cosmos. That is what you are. Before any of those things existed. That is your true nature. That is your true essence. Honor it within yourself. Get intimate with that part of you. Become best friends with it. And so when your personalities want to be doing that consciousness, we ain't finna do that. Nope. No, the old Valerie, or the Valerie over there, or the ghetto Valerie, or the fat Valerie, or the blah, 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 all the adjectives in the world Valerie. That's who would do that, but the authentic, it is what it is. I am that. I am. Oh. No. We ain't doing that. And we ain't finna watch you do it either. Ain't finna listen to it. Ain't finna entertain it. Ain't finna consume it. Ain't finna smell it. Ain't finna touch it. Ain't finna hold it. Ain't finna test it. None of it. No. Get to the point where your no means no. And stand on it. That's your morality. That's your standards. That's who you are. That's who your truth is. Don't have to be nobody else's truth. They don't have to believe in it. They don't have to understand it. See, you ain't even got to explain it to them. Long as you know. Long as you have faith in it. It ain't about nobody else putting faith on it. It don't work like that. That's your mind saying, you need validation. You need so and so and so to tell you that's right. You need to doubt yourself, okay? Doubt yourself. Doubt yourself. Because you know we can't be trusted. We listen to lies and we lie. So, this whole world is a lie. So, what's the polarity of that? This whole world is the truth. And it depends on your conscious awareness of what you're looking at is what you're going to see. And what you're going to see the most of. What you're going to magnetize. What you're going to manifest. Okay, beloveds, that is going to do it. 111:16. Okay. Well, that's it, beloveds. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel. Use the notification bell. You can find me on Facebook. This will be on YouTube. I have a Blog Talk Radio show. I don't care about the numbers. I'm doing this as reinforcement for me, looking at me, hearing me. The wisdom is an exchange. This is what I feed myself. This is what rises up in me. This is what I consume. So, it is what is healing me. So that's why I do it, beloveds. And if you find benefit from it, you're part of the collective that is healing and that is anchoring this healing in. Okay? All right, beloveds, that's going to do it. Thank you.